Yo everybody, in this video I want to talk about the difference between double and single quotation marks. So in the last video we did learn about some fundamental things covering quotation marks, how you can use double and then within the double use single, and vice versa, how you could have single and then within the single quotation marks you could use double. We also learned about escaping, which is when we used a backslash before double quotation marks to allow us to put this within double quotation marks. That's known as escaping. Well, there is a fundamental difference between single and double quotes. And this is that double quotes are said to be interpreted and there's a 99% chance I spelled that wrong. Single quotes are said to be literal. So, as you may or may not know, when we display a string, so you can use echo, for example. We could say echo, and then within double quotation marks, we could use a variable name, right? So as you can see, I used the name here. A variable which has the name, and then we could say that name, let's do this up here because it makes more sense. Name has the value Jake. No, let's go all out. Let's go LaFonda. Alright, so now, what exactly is this going to do? Well, first, we're assigning LaFonda to the variable with the name. Then we're going to echo the value of that variable. Well, in this situation, we wouldn't even need double quotes. We could just do echo name. Although if we had something else such as hi, comma, well then we need quotes because hi is not going to be understood as a string because only when you have double or single quotation marks will PHP know you're trying to display a string. So hopefully that makes good sense. Now, when this is displayed on the web browser, we are going to get hi, LaFonda. You see? So because it's interpreted, which I think that's spelled wrong. I don't think there's two. Oh, gosh, I don't know. I'm just going to erase it because I'm too embarrassed. I should probably learn these things like before, but yeah. Oh well, it's fine. Well, because it's interpreted, it's going to take this name and it's going to interpret that we want the value of this variable, which is LaFonda. And then it's going to display LaFonda on the page. Well, that is the complexity of it. But as for single quotes, if we did the same thing with single quotes, so let's just leave that variable definition there. And then we did echo, single quotes, hi, name. Well, this is actually going to send to the browser, we are going to get hi, name. Because this is literal, it thinks we literally mean money sign, dollar sign, and then the word name. So this is the final result. Alright, so that is the main essential difference. Now there's another thing that you kind of need to know about, which we talked about some, which was escaping. We escaped the double quotes. Well, you could also escape the backslash. Why is this? Because if you have double quotes and then you have a backslash, well, PHP is going to assume that you're trying to escape something, such as a double quote, and it's going to interpret that you want to escape it. Does that make sense? Well, if you actually want a backslash to be printed onto the page, well, you're going to have to you're going to have to tell PHP, you're going to have to escape this second backslash. That's the only way. So if we have this, I do believe it's going to come out as one single quotation mark. And you can also do that for single quotes. So if we had single quotes, you can backslash single quote. This backslash is going to escape this single quote, which allows it to be in the final result, whatever comes out. Does that make sense? Although, you can do that, and you can also escape a single backslash like that. Those are the only two escaping strings that you really use with single quotes. So anything else is going to be literal. So let me give you a good example. In single quotes, we have, hey, you're pretty. Name. And then we end the single quote. So now, we have a variable here, and we could define it up here. Sorry, my nose itches like all the time. It drives me crazy. We could define it. Name has the value Caleb. And as you can see, we have another problem here. We have a single quote. Well, that means we need to escape it. My chalk just like exploded. So now, you think this is going to work out right? Well, no, it's not, because this is a variable. Single quotes do not allow variables. So this is going to come out, hey, you're pretty. Name. So it's so close. We got this fixed out, but the rest, not so much. So those are the main differences between single and double quotes. And you're going to have to use certain ones for situations, so you have to know which one to use. And typically double quotes are going to work, although single quotes are sometimes needed. So we will be using both. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.